Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the vlog. This is going to be my reading vlog from September 22nd through September 24th, so it's just going to be super short, 3 days. Earlier this week I just did not feel like vlogging, so I didn't. There are 2 books that are kind of my goal to finish in this reading vlog. So one of them I know I'll be at least finishing in this reading vlog is Year of the Reaper by Micaiah Lucier. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but this is what I'll be holding up because this is the Under the Dust jacket for the Fair Loot exclusive edition. But this essentially, we have a lord named Cass who is like returning to the city that he is from after 3 years of being captive by the opposing, there was this war that happened, and he ended up getting kidnapped by the opposing people, but now there's been an agreement to stop the war, so they're no longer opposing people, but they were when he was captured, and then he ended up escaping and is now free. And there's also this plague that went on, and honestly that's kind of all I can describe. I'm currently on chapter 11, and this is the late night bookworming book club pick for August, but the live show is on the 24th of September, so I need to finish this before then, or I won't have it finished before the live show. So I'll be reading more of this tonight, and so far literally all I can say is I like the relationship between Cass and his brother, and that's basically it, because I'm about 110 pages in. Yeah, and so far Cass had returned home, saved a baby from drowning, and destroyed a statue. Those are literally the highlights, and I'm like, nothing has happened really in the first 100 pages. So I'm like, can it please pick up? If it doesn't, oh, this is gonna be an interesting read. And then the other book I have started, I'm so happy, is Shattered Souls by Beck. This doesn't come out until September 27th, I believe, is the release date. And so I'm grateful to have an arc given to me by the author. But this is the 3rd book in the Guardians of the Maiden series. The first book is Divine Blood, where we follow Dinah, who she lives in this small village, and every 10 years there is this demon called the Shadow Demon that destroys things in the city and people. And 9 years ago, Dinah's mother, father, and brother were killed by the Shadow Demon. And now we are 9 years later, and Dinah is really trying to figure out a way to be rid of this demon, to save everybody in the village, herself, her grandmother, her sister, and all that. So she ends up realizing that there might be this way. She ends up going to look for this thing that she has discovered might exist, and her cousin Zev, who is a werewolf, joins, and a celestial named Cassiel. Celestials are basically angels, and the 3 of them set off on this adventure and realize that Dinah is a part of this prophecy. And that's kind of all I'll explain, but I love the first 2 books in this series. I mean, I own 2 copies of book 2, 1 copy of book 1. I have 1 copy of book 1 on my way, pre-ordered, and it will ship when I get my copy of book 2, which that special edition I think ships in late October, early November. So yeah, this is a series that I buy special editions of every time they're available. I absolutely love it. It is upper YA, but the world is so vast, so amazing. I'm gonna shut up about it because I could literally go on for another 5 minutes about how amazing it is, but I love the characters. I love, again, how vast it is. And so I'm only 2 chapters in. I read 2 chapters last night because the email about the arc came in about 10 p.m. last night. So I was like, I have to at least start it. So I read the prologue in the first 2 chapters, and I'm like, I'm just going to be binging that over the next few days. Like, if you need me, I'll be reading that, doing schoolwork, or trying to push through Year of the Reaper. That's basically what this vlog is gonna be. But I figured start this before I forget. But yeah, I'll update you later once I read. I am now 190 pages into Year of the Reaper, and like, it's not bad, but it is very predictable. Like, there's been a couple of things that I've guessed pretty much right before they're revealed, or even sooner. So that's a little disappointing that it's not living up to what I wanted. Like, I will say though, is this would be a good start for fantasy for somebody that does not read fantasy. Because I was expecting, honestly, something more fantasy, but this genuinely just feels historical with like the tiniest bit of hint of like paranormal, because our main character Cass can see ghosts for some reason. But that's the only like fantasy element, is the fact that Cass can see ghosts. Which, not saying that I'm not enjoying that, but I wish it had a little bit more fantasy to it. The characters are very one-dimensional. Like, you're not really seeing, like, I'm already, according to Goodreads, I'm about 57% into this, and honestly, there has been no character growth for any character, really. So this is one that definitely Cawpile's gonna be picking the rating for, because well, it's not bad, it's not good, but I'm gonna push through it because I'm enjoying it enough to finish it, but it's not gonna be a new favorite at all. Like, absolutely not. No matter what the final like 100 and some pages does, absolutely not. And also, this book just feels like it's dragging on, because I'm literally listening to it at 3 times speed and I'm still bored. So yeah, but now I'm gonna go and read more of Shattered Souls because I really want to read that. I also want to get it done as soon as possible, and it's like 700 pages, so definitely a chunker. But from the first little bit that I read, I'm already loving it. Okay, so it's 8:15 on Friday. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt. Let's just not talk about that. But last night I read up to 11% of Shattered Souls, and I'm enjoying it. I didn't read as much as I wanted to because I ended up getting distracted by 5 Seconds of Summer's new album, because I remembered that came out last night, so I have to listen to it, and that took like an hour out of my evening. But like, the album was really good, so it was worth taking the detour. And then today I finished Year of the Reaper, and I'm giving it 2.5 stars. Let me just read my Goodreads description to kind of explain my overall thoughts. So, going into this book, I expected a bit more fantasy elements, but the only fantasy elements were the fact that Cass can see ghosts, which is never really explained why. The characters felt very one-dimensional. The only characters I really cared about were Cass and Lena. There was only one plot twist I didn't guess. The last 60 pages felt really rushed, so the book could have easily been 20 to 30 pages longer. I can see how people who are new to the fantasy genre, or people who are just wanting an easy read, would enjoy this, because it was a fairly easy read that didn't take me too long. I personally just felt bored in places, and wish the book would have had more exciting moments. So that's kind of like, yeah, like the ghost thing, it's never explained why. He never talks about it to anybody, and I'm like, why? Like, why is that an element? There is the one plot twist that did make me kind of just go, oh. But even then, after the plot twist happened, it was kind of poorly explained why, and I almost feel like nothing really happened after the plot twist. So yeah, And literally the last like 30 pages felt so rushed that I literally was like, I don't know what's going on. So this is definitely going to be an interesting live show tomorrow, which I will leave linked in the description and the iCard if I can, because that will be on Sam from Yarn Reader's channel. So again, I'll link it down below if you want to hear everybody's thoughts on it. By everybody, I mean everybody that actually attempted it, and then so far I think only 2 of the five of us have finished it. So that shows that none of us really give a crap about it. But yeah, I'm glad to have it done, and honestly, I might be selling this. So that shows how much I liked it. I'm like, it's pretty, but I might sell it. I'm gonna go read more of Shattered Souls and hopefully get a good chunk in. But yeah. Okay, so it's 3:15 on Saturday, and last night I got up to 28% of Shattered Souls, and I'm really enjoying it. I love how in this book we are seeing more of the villain's backstory to realize why he truly is the villain that he is. And so I really appreciate that, of just, oh, this person isn't, like, this person's a bad person just for the sake of being it. Like, that's not this case. I know that sometimes there are the cases where the person's evil just for the sake of being evil, but with this is you see the villain as a normal person for parts of it, which I do like that. One thing that absolutely breaks my heart is currently still 28% in, without spoiling too much for book 2, is the characters are now separated. So one character's at one location and the other characters are doing their own thing. And so it's, I want the characters to reunite. I am like, I want that so bad. So I'm really hoping that I reach that point soon, or else I'm going to drive myself crazy. And then I also started / I'm going to be reading more of this, Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. This is a new adult bully romance where we follow Misha and Ryan, and they have been in 5th grade, they were assigned pen pals for each other, and after that, they kept on doing this pen pals. And basically, there is now a point in time where they are going to the same school, and Ryan doesn't know that Misha is Misha when she meets him, because he's in the school under a fake name. And again, it's a bully romance. It is one of my favorite bully romances I have read. I'm so happy to be doing a reread of it. I'm listening to the audiobook while kind of reading along with the physical book, but I am 1 chapter in, and I've literally already just wanted to cry because of how happy I am to be doing a reread of this, because I just love these characters. Yes, it's very fucking toxic, but I don't care. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a good chunk into this. So, yeah. Okay, so it's actually 11:10 on Sunday. I didn't vlog, I didn't finish this vlog yesterday, so we'll go through and what I read. So I did end up reading up to page 153 of Punk 57. This book is just really fast paced, and I'm absolutely loving this. I love the characters, I love everything. I don't think I'm loving it as much as I did the first time around, but I think it's because this was one of the first books that I read in this genre. I read some before, but in the bully romance territory, but I'm still loving it. It's still gonna be 5 stars. I'm loving it, and I'm regretting not having it, and so my brain goes, that's an excuse to reread it sometime in the future, because this is a book that I don't think I'll ever get bored of rereading it. I was just reading it last night, and it was just I was just I don't want to stop, but I had to stop at some point. So I'll definitely be getting that finished today because I'm almost halfway through and I'm going to be on sprints today. And then I made it to 50% in Shattered Souls, and I'm absolutely loving this. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 5 stars because I love everything that's going on. And I love how in this book, I didn't know what to expect. Like, I honestly didn't read the description before going in because I knew, oh, it was just a continuation of the series that I already love. Why read the description? And I still haven't, but I know, like, in my heart, I love these characters so much. And there was a moment that I did almost cry. I want to just jump into the book, hug the characters, say everything will be okay, we'll figure everything out. Including some of the, like, bad characters. There's, like, a character that's on the opposing side to our heroes. He's not necessarily a villain, but, like, he's not necessarily a villain, but he, like, is a slave by the villain. And so I'm just like, I just want to give that person a hug and say everything will be okay. So yeah, that's kind of my update on that. I'm loving it, love all the characters. I will probably start accidentally spoiling things if I don't shut up. So I'm going to end this vlog here because I said I was going to end it on Saturday and it's Sunday morning, and I need to start my vlog for, like, this week. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this hopefully quick vlog. I don't actually know how long the footage ended up being. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this vlog. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and bye!